for me, I realized my spiritual beliefs and faith don't need a middleman. My intuition can connect, can be a direct link. And the inspiration comes from the little truths that are all around me. And truth is not found in one religion, one culture, one anything. That would be ridiculous for any god to say that. Also, hello, Cosmical Carnage. How are you? Did you have a good holiday? Sorry, I've been on absolute rants this entire time. Um, but that's just, I don't know, that's just kind of my stance on it, is the fact that I don't know everything, but I know what I like to believe, but it's also not my business to tell anyone what I believe because it's everyone else's free agency and choice to follow their free will and their intuition to guide them to what feels best for them, because life is not a one path cookie cutter decision. I'm doing well. Good.
Ain't that just the way?
Yes, it is, Sketch. It is just the way. Okay, almost. We'll almost be able to get Pickle back. Let's go on a crusade. Let's call some demons. Who wants? We're gonna let Twitch decide who goes on a battle with me. Oh, Carnage, would you like to be a part of my pan colds? Yeah, we are either working out, playing words on stream, or feeding our husbands to zombies in cult of... So bitter. So bitter. Virgil! Okay, who else is gonna go with me? This is yours. Carnage, I am honored. Right after I get my demons, we will initiate... Eeyore! I knew you were watching, baby. That's so cute. So I will gather the supply. Okay, and who's the third demon going with me? Just chaos, right? Oh, actually, oh, it is switched to Cult of the Lamb. Your ex and current husband in the game. Who is it? Giant! Wait, is Giant in here? Giant, are you in here? Have I missed your comments? If we want to talk cookie cutter, mine's like something where you can't exactly figure out what the shape it is. Oh, Jen, that's cute. I feel that too. Oh, leaving religion, deconstructing from a very high demand religion, because there's lots of religions that are really, really good. They're not overly forceful. You know, it's not that way, and those are good and uplifting to the people who need those experiences. For people who have left high demand religion and maybe have some trauma, and are deconstructing from that and trying to find where to go after that for their own healing and well-being, it feels like fucking free-falling. It feels like, oh my god, what am I doing? What is the purpose of anything? What is truth? What is lies? Like, it throws you for a complete loop, and you are left not even in a dark pit. I wish I could have been, that would have been some type of foundation to be in a dark pit. There was no floor. I was falling, and it felt like that for about 2 years after leaving high demand religion. And I'm so glad that I have healed to the point where I feel a reassurance in myself and in my intuition and my tushy yishi. I can't talk. Okay. Carnage, let's get you in. And Pickle, I bet you it's at a quarter cooldown at the moment. Okay. Here we go, Carnage. Do you know how to join? Or do you need me to explain? Follower raffle is started. I also have multiple, so if there's anyone else who wants to join, go ahead. Mothmanism, only testament is natural fabrics only. Synthetic fabrics lead to synthetic lives. You know what? I could get behind that. For Mothman. Oh, can I be in a dark pit? I would have to deal with no dark pits. No dark pits. I feel it in my tushy too. It's okay. Same doctor. I feel it in my tushy. Oh my god. Oh My God. Daddy's adorable. I love your character. And you're so good. You're petable and you have strong constitution. Such a couple. Oh, welcome in, Carnage. I'm so happy. We're gonna have you tend to the farms, but first... Oh, no. Yes, yes. Hold on, come back. I want to pet. Pet. Cute. And I want to dance with you. Oh, we're dancing with a lot of people, and there's Soup in her little halo. And then I'm going to give you a gift. We need to give Rocco a gift too. Would you like a moon necklace, a nature necklace, or a flower necklace? Also, Rocco, what kind of necklace would you like if you are still in here, Rocco? Mothman sacrificed himself to teach us that the light is bad. You know what? You know what? I have learned that too much of anything is bad. Agree. Too much light is bad. Too much darkness is bad. That is why we have the moon and the sun. Turtle head. I mean Sketch. Head poking out. What? This is big old. Oh my God. Oh yeah. Pickle. Banana can kill with radiation. See? Too much of a good thing can be bad. Anything. We're gonna give you increased movement. So you can be faster. And then... Okay. We'll have you clean around. Let's give you some more foods. Oh, we're getting low on food. Okay, and soon we're gonna switch over to... Well, I don't think I've seen Ari, so maybe we don't do Left 4 Dead today. We could just chat today. You guys are like, no, anything but that. She's on rants today. Anything but that. Oops, I told you that it was your job, Carnage, and then I went and did it. I'm so sorry. Oh, sorry. I did not mean to interrupt. Apple seeds can be concentrated into our... See? You die trying to eat the amount of... True. That is true. But still, you die. Too much of a good thing, right? Water is necessary for life, but drinking too much can poison you. Exactly. All things in balance. I think... I have studied a lot of different religions. So my best friend... So I grew up extreme Mormonism. LDS. My best friend grew up devout, like every day doing the prayer beads. Anytime I was with her, you know, very devout Catholic. And I had a deep respect and for everyone to worship as they obviously see fit. And I've never been one to try and force people to see things the way I see them, because I just feel like that's can turn into manipulative behavior, as I've kind of experienced over my life. But I also had, my mom was Southern Baptist until she later was baptized into the Mormon Church. And lots of friends were non-denominational Christian. Others were, you know, I had several friends from Korea where, you know, their beliefs were all types of beliefs is what I'm saying. And I even have friends that were atheist or pagan, Wiccan. And I studied a little bit of like Confucius and Buddhism, Taoism. Just because I wanted to know. I'm an, oh my God, that's a giant poop. This has got to be the weirdest sound to just be lurking to. Okay, now we're gonna go out and hunt for bad guys in the dark. But anyways, as I was studying all my different, you know what you can't kill? Darkness. A man died of reading 400 nuggies. Oh, Carnage. Hug. Hug for you. The game Don't Starve Together. That sounds like a scary game. Every time someone calls themselves the Darkness, they turn out to be the most adorable people, right? Yeah. Oh, no. Give me that. What was I gonna say? Okay, what do we need? Let's get Crystal. So that when we revive Pickle, if Pickle is a zombie, we can heal her right away. But as I studied all these different religions, I realized it's just, there's truth everywhere. Truth doesn't reside one place. And nothing is black and white. And the more experiences you have, the more open you become. And I feel like I align, and I don't even like saying this. Which one do I want? Why won't it let me pick? No, that's not the one I wanted. Okay. If I was to say where my beliefs most closely align, which I want to say once again, I will not align with any religion or organization. But if I was to say, after all of my studying, where I aligned myself, it would be Taoism and paganism, which are two of like the most oldest religions when you date back to the very beginning of, you know, people. Taoism all across the world. And the cool thing for me, sorry, I'm gonna go on another rant. The cool thing for me was, as I did the studying into Taoism and paganism, these are countries on complete opposite sides of the world. There is no way to communicate back then in that day and age, in that time, like there is today. There's no way to just say, okay, this is what we believe, this is the truth, let's spread it to everyone else. There wasn't, and yet there were so many similarities to a lot of the old faiths. Now, were there a lot of bad things too? Yeah, there were a lot of bad things. Oh yeah, Gloomy turned against me and tried to kill me. I barely survived, killed him. I was trying to wait till Gloomy showed up, but I don't think he's coming. And then, I have not. Knowledge is power. Yes. And I feel like the reason that things weren't always right was because man has always come in and took control of religion to wield power. So a lot of these old faiths, they weren't corrupt until people started saying, oh, well, actually, we have to sacrifice you for such and such reason. No, you didn't. You just wanted that person out of the way. Kind of like in the story of, was it King David that sent Bathsheba's husband off to war so that he could have her? It's just like that. Man has always been corrupt. Man will always be corrupt. It's just in humans' nature. But if you look back at the old faiths, they all talk about some type of higher power, and it's not just one. It's multiple higher powers. And a lot of it is just a lot of respect for nature, and not so much a god that's disappointed and wants to punish you, but just seasons that change, and we respect and have gratitude for that change. The only reason I would align myself with paganism and Taoism above other religions out there, or just being like agnostic or nihilism, which honestly, I totally get people who are nihilistic fully, because been there myself too. But I feel like, sorry, I gotta pause for 1 second. Doctor, hello, armor leg. The one thing that got me to realize I loved that, I keep repeating myself, is do what you will, but do no harm. And to me, that is kind of the basis of what we're all aiming for: free agency, but also morals. Like, don't just use your free agency to do wrong. There should be some moral compass to not harm, to not be greedy, to not go out and just be toxic. But also, we shouldn't be contained into a box of you have to look this way, dress this way, speak this way to be considered good. You shouldn't have to only have a certain type of spouse or get married at a certain age or have so many children if you're going to make it to heaven. And I know not all religions believe this, but the kinds I was involved with did. And that is where I have had to go through this healing and go through this knowledge. But yeah, there's a lot of information that nobody asked for. Okay. Oh, you know what? Right after this, remind me, I'm going to read the letter of deconstructing from my faith that I wrote this Christmas. And then we're going to continue. Arm. Yes. Yes, sir. By the way, poker was fun. Oh, we got Virgil. We're going to have to do this. Taoism. Thank you. I never knew that, Soup. I have tried to look up how, and everyone that I either asked or when I looked it up was Taoism. Taoism. Thank you. Warren. Most of the things Christians project, like gay marriage and such, was added to the... Yes. And was deemed against God. So they had to back it up. Yeah. Yes. And in my religion, it went even further to where... honestly, I don't want it to be offensive, and it's very horrible, but it was very racist. It was very bigotry. And of course churches are trying to change, and I applaud that. But what's too late is for the people that have already grown up and been damaged by the teachings that were already done. I get that you're trying to change, and that's awesome for the people that then join in and you can inspire them. But the point is, I've realized that man will never be caught up enough for me. No organization, because organizations usually deal with multiple leaders. And those leaders say, oh, well, to keep Christianity or Muslim or whatever. As a Christian, I attest to this. Yeah. And there was many times, yeah. Like, even after leaving Mormonism, I was well, and this was the hard thing. As a Mormon, I believed I was Christian. The foundation was the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. But other Christians did not accept me as a Christian. And so for me, after leaving the Mormon church, it was like, well, Christians never accepted me as a Christian when I fully devoted my life to Christ. And they were mean, like telling me I was going to hell because I was Mormon. When as a Mormon, I worshiped Christ, and they never asked, they took a lot of what media says. Oh, we worship Joseph Smith, which wasn't true. Now leaving, I realize, oh, wow, yes, I understand why you see that as worshiping Joseph Smith, and I can agree with that now. But they did not have the sympathy and the empathy that I needed as a lost soul, which is what Christianity is supposed to be about. As a Mormon girl growing up, that I believed I was Christian, and I didn't realize all the other cultish things that scared Christians away from me. So Christians were never nice to me. Very rarely were they nice to me. And so when leaving, it wasn't hard for me to be like, okay, well, I don't really want to, like, I tried being Christian, but every Christian, it was like, well, you're not this enough. You're not that. And I was like, I'm not even going to try. I'm not even going to try. And my intuition is what matters, and my moral compass is what matters. And if I am not doing any harm to anyone else, then I should be able to live, dress, behave, love, do as I want. And it's very sad for the family and the friends who don't see it that way. But that's okay, because in replace of that conditional love, I have received an unconditional love for myself, and freedom for myself, and an acceptance for myself that has come from no other teaching, no other religion, no other organization could give to me, except for myself. And I think until you've been there, it's kind of hard to understand it. So I'm sure it sounds kind of crazy, and people are like, oh, well, if it's all about you, you sound so selfish. That's not how it is. And I hope that someday everyone, because your path is not going to look like my path. Your path is going to be just as unique and beautiful. And that's what I love about the experience, is you will someday have the experiences that you need, even if it's still within whatever faith you are. If you are open and humble and truly go to the origins of the teachings and ignore the toxicity of it all and the organization and the middleman part of it, and connect spiritually the way you connect, you will find a peace in yourself where you come to love and honor yourself and realize that that free agency and freedom always belonged to you as well, and you didn't need a middleman for it. Christian trauma at its finest. No, I mean, I attest to what Virgil said. Oh, what'd he say? Christians are the most basic brats, and they need their sky daddy Dom to tell them when they've been bad. Like, I do not want to offend anyone, and trust me, I was that little submissive brat before too. I did. So there is a behavior that can come with some Christians and some elite high demand religions, because that is how they get you. They make you think you're special, and oh, I'm special, so I'm more special than them. And so yes, there's these oxymoron or paradoxical teachings where it's all men were created equal, but then it's gay is sin, or, well, what about intersex people? I personally knew women who gave birth to intersex children, which is both the male part and the female part. And I don't care who's uncomfortable at this point, because this is people's lives, and we forget there is probably 3%. Do you know what 3% of the world is? Millions of people, hundreds of thousands of people that are born intersex. And if God makes no mistakes and everyone is born perfect, another paradox, another oxymoron, then how could you say this person's not? And if they are born that way, who are we to say whether they have more progesterone or more estrogen? Honestly, it's fucking bullshit. Why are we sitting here trying to decide that for them? It's the same thing as the Sadducees and the Pharisees in the Bible straining over a gnat while swallowing a camel. Let's not decide that as people. Let them choose who to love. And so for me, there was a time where I was like, oh, they're teaching me that mothers who go out and work and aren't homesteaders are less than. God isn't as happy with them. And I totally fell for it. And I held myself above women that did have to work. And now life humbled me. Here I am, a working mother. And it's sad to me when there are Christian women or Mormon women or whatever religion of women who also have that belief, look at me and are like, oh, she's less than, she doesn't love her children as much, she has to work. And I remember that type of hoity-toity, submissive brat attitude. So Virgil, I understand where it is coming from, but I also know that there were a lot of people. I do love yes, Pamping. I love food soap. Sorry guys, and you know what, I'm gonna get through this, and then I'm gonna read my declaration and we'll move on to something else. I mean, more of what they want to be good because God tells them to be good. Yeah, like, I had to pray. I was Verge like, oh shit, I just started another rant. I had to pray um 8 times a day. You had to wake up and have family prayer, individual prayer, uh breakfast food prayer. Then you got to school. We had to go to a second church school called seminary every day for 4 years. Wake up early before school to go to seminary. Um, Thank you for the lurk, doctor. Our cult leader is giving. Yes, I am giving you a real sermon. So said to everyone's like, I'm out. That's okay. This is healing for me, and I need this right now. And we went extra long today. So even though this is like my normal starting time, but um, then we would have opening prayer there, closing prayer there. So we're up to 5 prayers in that day. Then we had to say a prayer over our lunch food. Then we had to say a prayer, family night prayer, individual night prayer. That was 8 prayers. Intersex. I have not heard that term before. Intersex is when you are born, literally, and this is not, this is something I just want everyone to be very sure not to make jokes, because hello, quiet guy. Happy body doubling. He might be going into a stream as well. We'll see who we get to raid in a couple hours. But yes, well, no, not just having characteristics, but the actual anatomy of both. They will have both the hormones that have developed the ovaries and like a male part. No, oh, not tonight. I'm just needing to. Okay, just chill. And like Soup says, I'll be your radio. Oh, absolutely. I'm sorry. I hope it's good vibes. I'm sure I have offended some people, and I truly, that is not what I mean to do. I truly only mean to share my experiences, and I don't mean in any way to ever tell anyone else what they should do. And I truly am someone who believes and honors everyone's faith. I know of what you're describing, but not the term. Yes, intersex. Yeah. Which is when they have both. And typically, nowadays, which I don't think this should be done, but it is, they have a surgery to either continue on with a penis or a vagina. And the child I knew had a surgery to become fully female. But we don't know how much progesterone or testosterone this child will grow up to have during puberty. I think that these surgeries should wait until this individual is old enough, because I don't know. It goes, I won't continue on to those issues, but it's just a lot. And I think it's a lot that people don't think about, because you don't think about it until you're in that situation. And once you're in that situation, you begin to learn and educate yourself and have empathy and sympathy for others. But when you just don't know, you don't realize the importance for these families that do go through these things. Let's finish this up, and then I'll read my journal entry. I hope you guys liked that sermon. Oh, it's all the way over here. Oh! Oh, it goes all the way around. Okay. Got it. Crystals! We needed those. Hey, where's my third person? Sometimes they disappear. It's weird. Oh! Cute. Aw, man. Missed a lot of them. Okay. What do we have? Soup, if you are not lurking, do you want to choose a path? We have plenty of followers, so we could go the rock way, or Ooh. A question mark way? Yeah, I had a friend that had to get his female parts removed because it was causing his life to be. Yeah, yeah, and absolutely, that should be done, but with consent of who it is, so that we can know, like, yeah, after puberty, what issues are going to be caused. And that concludes our sermon on the mound of corpses to feed the zombie cult. You were the only one eating. Actually, that's a lie. Doctor, instead of eating the believers, eat the heretic. Right? Doctor, chill on eating. Um, we'll go the question mark way. We'll go the. Oh, guys, I'm also starting to. So my tattoo artist that did my amazing, beautiful sleeve, um, I have to start planning. Like, my first tattoo took me 3 years to plan. Because I'm very picky about what I want, how it goes. And ever since I got my tattoo, which was now, baby, how long ago was this tattoo? Was it 2 years or 2.5 years ago now? He maybe fell asleep. Um, let's see. When was 2021? Whenever 2021 was, that's when I got my tattoo. And I've been thinking about what I would get ever since. And my next tattoo is going to be on the opposite side. So my left thigh. Side. And so the first one, my first tattoo, was everything happy in my childhood and my life, because I'd been through enough trauma. I just needed. This was the lowest moment of my life. I had been abandoned by everyone I felt had been there for me.